I'm now joined by David Boyer and Dr. Mhamoud Eboo of the Aga Khan Foundation. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
First up, tell me a little bit about the Aga Khan Development Network.
Well, let me begin by sort of saying that many people think of His Highness as a philanthropist. And all the work that he has done in the last 50 years has not necessarily been driven by philanthropic largesse, but really as his role as the Imam of the Shia Ismaili Muslims. So there is a responsibility that goes with that. And to sort of help frame that responsibility and the development of the network as a concept, one needs to understand that within Islam there are three fundamental relationships. The relationship between man and God, the relationship between man, and the relationship between man and the environment. And that relationship of man and the environment really causes man to become responsible stewards for the environment in which he lives, to make sure that it is developed as a sustainable environment for future generations. So that's the sort of the deriving ethos of why His Highness has done it. The network itself is a combination of institutions, 9 agencies, 200 institutions that employ 80,000 people worldwide, operates in 25 different countries, and really focuses on 3 or 4 main sectors: economic development, social development, cultural development, and environmental development. And all of these go hand in hand. They're interlinked. In other words, when you look at the improvement of the quality of life of people, you can't de-link it from the environment. You can't improve people's well-being, their dignity, their purpose, without also having respect for the environment in which they live.
Well, for the rural communities where we work, there's an intimate connection with the environment, both for subsistence and livelihood. And the foundation really seeks to bring those together and have a sustainable environmental program. One of the things we do quite a bit of is tree planting. We've planted over 50 million trees in India and Pakistan that not only provide subsistence in terms of wood for cooking, fodder for their animals, and some tree species food for people, but also serves as savings for people who are poor. As the trees grow, it's like money in the bank, and they get dividends from that food, fodder, and fuel they produce. We've now made a commitment to plant 5 million trees in Kenya in the next 2 years. In addition to tree planting and forestry work, there's integrated natural resource management, particularly in fragile areas. Many of the areas we work in are low in what we call natural capital, not a sufficient water supply, insufficient soil richness to grow crops. So we work with communities, village organizations, to enable them to manage their own resources for the future.
You are our main sponsor here, which we are grateful for. Why is it important for you to sponsor this event?
Well, I think there are 2 or 3 principles. The first is that I think His Highness believes that, as has been mentioned during the conference all along, things can happen at the grassroots level. You can make a difference in local communities. You don't have to be a government which sometimes tend to get constrained by political issues and therefore are not able to act in a way in order for change to take place. And I think the governor's message of subnational, of people being called to action, was a message that resonated with His Highness. We're here not to sell a product, a solar screen or anything of that nature. We're really here to talk about a solution or series of solutions that 50 years of development work in developing countries has illustrated through experience can actually happen. So our participation in this conference is really to enable the governor, other governors, other subnationals, NGOs, to perhaps realize that there are solutions out there. There are credible solutions, good solutions, that are not in conflict with man's and nature's duality. That is, for man to satisfy their need, it's at the price of the environment. It doesn't have to be that way, and in fact, there can be a harmonization of it. And I think that His Highness very much wants to promote that learning, that message, that experience, and our sponsorship here is really to help educate on that message.
Does he hope that that message will continue on its path to Copenhagen in December?
I think so. I think he would feel that even this time, as opposed to Kyoto, if national governments get stalled for one reason or another, let's hope that the subnationals don't stop there and don't get inhibited by it, and will carry on. And as David mentioned, we have relationships as an NGO, as a network of institutions with subnational governments, with even national governments, with other NGOs that can take action. So we hope that the message will get through to Copenhagen, but if it doesn't, I think life will still go on, and there are still enlightened people who will be still wanting to take up action and move on.
Very good, and I'm sure Aga Khan will be playing a crucial role in that. So thank you for your time today and your sponsorship of the event, and enjoy the rest of the summit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks.